Hello and welcome to Learning with Liquor. Please join me as we discover new things and find creative ways to manufacture entertainment. On this podcast, we are going to explore any topic that arises. The sky is the limit, and there is no subject we won't explore. Here we go. What's up, dudes? And welcome to Learning with Lickum. Although some of y'all are probably going to be a little bit upset about this one, but that's just the way it goes. So over the last couple days, there were some things that happened and some conversations that I had. Making steak and eggs, by the way. About a couple things. One of them being the threats that are coming up all over the place in these schools. Right? I heard one person say something about TikTok being like that's the new cool thing to do right now. So I feel like I'm not overly good at being silent on things when something goes, crazy. Especially when there's an obvious answer in front of it. So, yes, some of y'all are touchy-feely about certain things, but I just, I got one chance to go through life. Just like a lot of people say, who am I to say anything about anything? Well, you're right. Who am I to say anything about anything? But if I'm that insignificant in the grand scheme of things, you should be able to just ignore everything I say if that's where you stand on the spectrum. But the stuff that's happening right now is happening because we're letting it happen. And I believe that everything that we see going nuts right now, as far as, especially with these, school shootings, school threats, whatever, but all that stuff could be remedied with the right people taking action in the right way, right? So right now, a lot of people get on there and bitch and complain about, this is bad. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm saying, I know how I would react if somebody called me and said my kid's school was under fire. In fact, the question was presented to me yesterday. If I got a call that Munchkin School was, had an active shooter or something, and I got there, because I would be going there, don't get me wrong, and the police were standing outside waiting for orders, like, you're going to have to shoot me to keep me from going into that school, because if my kid's in that school and somebody's in there doing something bad, there's no way that anybody that's supposed to protect somebody should be standing on the sidelines waiting for orders. No way. Anyway, this stuff all comes down to, people don't like to talk about politics, but this is all politics. And I'm not saying one side or the other is right or wrong, because I think there's wrong people and right people on both sides. What I'm saying is action is where it's at. You're not going to want to hear it, but if your focus in politics is to be able to have as many abortions as you want at any stage, some of these people think it's okay that you can have an abortion right up to the day that the baby is born. You're a sick fuck if you think that. I'm not trying to come down on everybody, but you're talking about murder. You're murdering people. You're murdering a human being. Inside the womb, that's another story. For whatever, if you want to have an abortion, go do whatever you want to do. I think there's 27 states now that you can still go get, just about any kind of abortion that you want to while the baby's still in gestation. But making decisions to protect people instead of making decisions to protect people's status or job or whatever is the only way to get past what's happening. I believe. People bitch and complain about guns. People that are going to commit crimes are going to find ways to commit crimes. And it doesn't matter how much stuff you take away from everybody else, they're still going to find ways to commit crimes. Right? Sorry, I just got my steak out. So, I would love to see in my lifetime more people being active in making their country a greater place instead of making their own lives better places, because the two run hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? If you improve the country, you improve the quality of life for people. If you're only worried about you, it doesn't do a whole lot for the country. And, everybody says, to screw the country, I'm going to get mine, whatever, the thing is now. But I can tell you, when a country goes to shit, the people go with it. I've seen it already. I'm not saying that everybody in the country is a bad person. What I'm saying is that if the good people in the country don't do something to keep the country good, it's going to go bad. But I am sorry for the people that had to deal with that in Willow Street yesterday. That would be a very scary thing, along with everybody else, everywhere else in the country. That would be very scary to have to go through that. And the fact that you have to go through that at all isn't right. I think there's some parents that probably need to amp up their parenting skills a little bit, because I think a lot of the stuff that's going on now could be fixed with parents being better parents. Again, not singling out anybody. I'm just saying it appears to me that kids that have parents that are attentive, naturally they're not perfect, because you still have some that come out, but I think you would improve the chances of kids less often, threatening to shoot up a school or blow something up or whatever. And, the other thing is, instead of teaching your kids to be a victim, teach them to be leaders. Teach them to stand up for themselves. This whole thing with the bullies and stuff, all this bullying shit is fixed like that. If somebody's in school and is getting bullied by somebody, and you try to be nice to them and let them leave you to hell alone, and they don't, sometimes you just gotta knock somebody's teeth out for them to understand that bullying ain't the right way to go. Because there's a lot of people that think that their kids aren't bullies, and they actually are bullies, but they don't know that because they're not paying attention. And I think you can figure it out enough if you listen and you talk and you pay attention. But not only that, then you're creating a relationship with the child that I think lessens that thing. Some parents are bullies, and kids pick up on that. But anyway, just my take for today. I feel bad for you guys in Willow Street, and whoever it was that they did. I don't know what the story is with who it was that was calling in threats or making threats or whatever, but a nice 5-year stint in a prison would probably help to stave that off. Giving a kid a probation after he just threatened to blow up a school, it's not the answer, right? That kid's already way beyond that. Might be a joke, but it ain't going to be a joke the second time. Anyway, dudes, I hope you all have a great day. I don't mean to piss in anybody's cornflakes, but it's all about the people, man. It's all about the people. The people that you let control this country are going to decide how it goes, and they don't care what you think. We need people in there that are like my father, would be a great politician, because he doesn't covet money, and he doesn't want power. Somehow that got to be what the government's about now, and I don't think it's doing anybody any favors. So I hope everything goes better for y'all. Wake up, take part in your country, take pride in your country. Make it be the way it used to be. We were the top of the game for a long time, and we're slipping. We're slipping because shit that's not important is becoming important, and morals and ethics and all that stuff they seem to be going out the window. And as long as not enough people care about it to change it, it's going to keep getting worse. So anyway, happy Friday. I get my little munchkin and the dog back in a little while, and I'm pretty happy about that. Might play another song today, but I hope you all have a great day.